So hi, welcome to the Elixir Distillers stand. My name is Julie Hamilton. I'm the Whisky Ambassador for Elixir. And over the course of this virtual whisky show week, we'll be interviewing some of the best from across the whisky industry. Today, I'm having a chat with Jon Beach from Fiddlers and Drumnadrochit. Hopefully he's here somewhere. Jon. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How's it going?
I'm okay. It's I'm inside today, although it's a beautiful sunny day outside, kind of Indian summer. But I thought it'd be nice, peace and quiet here, and I could sit here with all these, surrounded by
Fabulous drams.
hundreds of bottles of whiskey without looking like some strange person.
Absolutely. So we've both got the Single Malt of Scotland Reserve Cask Liquid to drink today. So let's have a dram of that together.
Lovely bottle. I think that's the
yours made nice and noises tonight.
Oh!
So cheers.
Cheers. Love Liquid. It's great. Liquid Longmorn Mortley.
Yeah,
you guys are great. I must get up in Speyside sometime. In fact, I think we're talking with my friends to go and visit Tatsuya, maybe December, depending on what the situation is.
I know, that's the thing, isn't it? It's, trying to work in between all the restrictions that we've got just now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Fiddlers, tell us a bit about the restaurant and bar and all your whiskies. And
well, many years ago, maybe it feels like many years ago, came back from Olden Ray in Glasgow, and we opened up the restaurant. And at the time, I was thinking, no, it's all getting a bit serious. So I opened up expecting to be closed down, and within a week we were shut. So our season lasted, I think, 5 nights. We're all getting ready for another busy year, because the last 2 years have been slowly busier and busier. Really, it's ironic that what's happened this year after the last 2 years being so busy. But last year was great. We won 2019
fantastic
Scottish Whisky Bar of the Year.
Excellent.
It's sitting here. Whoa. Beside all my other ones.
I was just going to say, was that all your awards falling over there when you reached past them all?
Sponsored by these guys, good guys.
Excellent.
And we're all ready to hit the ground running. And then everything ground to a halt. And I found myself locked in. I don't know, but I live across the road from Fiddlers. So I was alone in the Highlands with about 800 bottles of whiskey. And
tough call.
Yeah, it was tough. Don't worry, there's plenty left.
Good stuff. Good. So you've got a pretty spectacular collection of whiskey in Fiddlers. Have you got one or what stands out for you? I mean, obviously there's more than one that stand out.
Actually, I've got some lovely whiskies back from Olden Ray, which are going to go in the gantry, but they sat there for like 5 days. They're still there, so I haven't drunk them all. But we've the main thing that got us going when we went seriously down the whiskey route was I started this kind of whiskey library, and had whiskies from every single distillery, A to Z. Well, A to Y. And HW, WXY, no, WY, and slowly over the years, there's been more and more new ones. In fact, I've been contacted recently from a couple of the new distilleries asking me if I want to stock their whiskey. Rassay and Ardnamurchan, they're all coming online. They're 3-year-olds. Dornoch up the roads, their whiskey. So it's just, but when I started the whiskey library up about 20 years ago, I didn't think there would be so many new distilleries coming along. So it's quite exciting times. Not the best time to be launching a new single malt, but there's plenty of people out there, and online you seem to be able to get stuff sent here and left, right, and centre. So there seems to be no problem with getting stuff delivered. It's getting together and enjoying it is the problem.
I know that's the downside, isn't it? I suppose we've got to be kind of grateful for being able to do things like this. If we had been, if this had been 10, 15 years ago, it certainly wouldn't be quite the same as it is now.
No, be letters.
Yeah.
I'll write you a letter.
Absolutely. That's right. Busy posties. Aye, because they're busy enough. So you are part of the, is it Independent Whisky Bars of Scotland or just Whisky Bars of Scotland?
Independent Whisky Bars of Scotland. There's 7 of us now. And we're all kind of owner-operators.
Yeah.
Now, I think you're speaking to everybody. We're all friends. We all know each other. We probably don't get together as much as we should because we're quite spread out all the way from Dornoch in the north down to Campbelltown.
Yeah.
So special bottlings are the way ahead. If you want to be offering something special to the customers, they want to get something they can't get anywhere else. It's really good. It's a good way of sharing a cask and gives us a bit of kudos as well. And also gives us something if we go and do a tasting, we do some promotion. We can take a bottle. I've done 2 tastings, the last 2 malt stocks with Tatsuya.
Right.
Using our Whisky Bars, Independent Whisky Bars of Scotland bottlings, and gives a chance to talk about our bars and the whiskey and Scotland, etc.
Yeah, it's a nice link between you all. What's you've done quite a few now. You've bottled quite a few casks now. What's been your favourite out of the ones that you've done so far?
I don't know. I've still got a little bit left of the first.
The original one.
Highland Park.
That was great.
Loves this first full sherry, and that was. We all went down to Edrington and chose that bottle to bottle. So I got a soft spot for that one.
Yeah.
The Balakan is really well thought of.
Yeah.
It's not quite sexy enough for some people, but it's really, really good quality peated whiskey from Edgedower. Glenfarclas, 21-year-old. That was a good one. And I've got a bit of this left. Chichibu, I don't know, up and coming decide. I don't know how it'll go. Same with this guy as well. I'm not sure how his stuff's selling. When he started making it back in 2006, he's probably a bit worried nobody would buy it now. But he doesn't seem to have any problem selling it nowadays.
We've been talking about that one with Paul. That was the one that you guys were all selling by the Dram. The deal was that the cork had to come out of all of these bottles.
I've got, I think this is bottle number 5 or 6 or so. I took a bottle of it. I was in Japan in February. And I took a bottle of that and a bottle of the Daft Mill with me. It was great because it's like a great, we visited a lot of bars there in February. And it's great to have something that they've never, a lot of the barmen have never tried. And then obviously we would reciprocate. They'd give us something special from their bar. It was great. It's a great sharing, great thing to have when you're traveling about. Is a special bottle like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So your restaurant, we were talking about that earlier on. The restaurant, it's obviously kind of difficult because of social distancing and things, but you've got new things that you're doing and
at the moment we're not actually operating inside at all because we're fortunate. I've got a really, really big, large patio area outside, and I bought a large marquee, and we've been doing food outside. I've got a food truck, so we do like fish and chips, burgers, but we also do like I buy in lobsters once a week, and so there's a varied choice of food, and most people in August want to set outside anyway. So it's not been a problem, but it's getting a bit darker now. But so I think maybe by the end of this month, we might have to look. Well, we were thinking maybe start moving inside, but we just don't know at the moment. We're just waiting to see. But I bought some heaters and some lighting for the marquee, so I think we might promote the kind of whiskey side of things in October. I've got these little packs I've been selling since we reopened, and
excellent!
cairn, 3 different whiskies, a little bottle of water, and a wee tasting note thing if you want, tell them what the whiskies are.
That's great.
So we might expand on that, but it's what we're missing. The thing about Fiddlers is the and probably other bars the problem. This kind of getting close to and communicating with people is a big kind of no. So when Fiddlers is up and running, there's always one person kind of going around who's the expert in whiskey, who's talking to the customers and suggesting what they have. Can't really do that just now, but we're finding ways to get whiskey into people's hands. I think October we might be able to take advantage because we've still got about 800 bottles sitting there. So if we did open the restaurant, the problem there is all my bottles are kind of above tables. So
so people can't go and look.
Reach over the tables to get the bottles. So we're going to wait and see what happens over the winter and how we can operate in the spring. But I'm considering maybe setting up a separate little bar where we keep all the whiskies together, and where we can bring in individuals to have a look through and choose them. We're looking at to be funny. It's strange actually because over the years I've had many little ideas of doing certain things, and it's always been so busy. In the last couple of years, it's got so busy. All these little things have been gone to the back burner. To be honest, I work a lot with Glenor Distillery, and a couple of years ago I was speaking to the head guide there, and he said, "Oh, we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing maybe tours around the maltings, taking people there and in depth, And I asked him last year, I said, "How are you getting on with that?" And he went, "It's been too busy. We haven't been able to do these things because we're just trying to keep the day-to-day things." So, but what's happened with this is somebody slammed the brakes on, and suddenly we're thinking, well, I've always thought of doing that, or maybe we should do this. So I think, and I need something to keep myself busy over the winter because I can't see it being very, very busy up here. So we've got a few projects on the go. I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. So tell me, Jon, how long have you been going? How long has Fiddlers been going?
Fiddlers will be 30 years old next year, 2021. But my family didn't take it over till the end of the 90s. But I've been here for, well, what happens is you come up. I only thought I'd be up here for a few years, and then you buy a house, you get married, you have a couple of kids, and then you think, actually, it's quite a nice place to live. And during lockdown, I've got a garden, and then I've got just countryside behind it, so I can cross the field, go swimming in the river and stuff. So it's actually turned out pretty good. Although I do love going to Glasgow. But fortunately, my daughter's just started university there, so I think I'll be popping up and down.
Good for her. So she's moved down, has she? Yeah,
she moved down. They dropped her off last Friday.
Excellent.
Interesting time for students at the moment, but I think she's behaving herself and doing the right thing. She's doing medicine, so she's going to be very much up to speed with what's actually happening, and I'll get my best information. She'll be telling me what to do.
She'll have her finger in the pulse with what's been happening.
Nothing new there. Women in my household tell me what to do. Yes. So not Glasgow. It was just very, very strange being here. Easter Sunday, for instance, across the road, and I took a video, and it was just silence. All you could hear was the bird song. Basically, it was my own personal bar for several weeks.
It would have been quite something, I imagine.
I had one of my chefs locked down with me, so I text him and say, "Oh, do you fancy a beer?" Pretend we're going out for the night. But it was good.
Try not to see each other for half an hour before you go out.
And and I'm now an expert dancer as well, thanks to my younger daughter.
Well, that's it. That's all you need, isn't it?
That's it. Dancing. That's it.
Absolutely. So, I think hopefully things will start to improve and start to get back
Yeah.
again. I'm dying to get back out on the road and come and with you guys, because it's
it's funny because we purposely been keeping the customers at arm's length, you know, and it's just the opposite of what we do, you know, and the restaurant's so busy, we just kind of pack them in, and you know, and people just love that kind of hubbub, the atmosphere. You walk in there because it's quite tight. We've got 50 odd seats, but it's not the most spacious of space. So we'll see what happens in the spring. But I think we're definitely going to make if it's possible, to make more of the whiskey and try and give people more experiences with the different spaces we've got. We'll just see how it goes. As I said, we've got a couple of exciting projects working over the winter. So
that's good.
One of them is the maybe a small bar as well, but that might just be in my house for me. But I might let people come in.
A few select guests.
The Hamilton Whisky Society, for instance, maybe.
Well, of course. You know, we're looking for an open
not those guys in Glasgow, not the Glasgow Whisky Society. You know,
oh no,
Hamilton.
No, definitely the Hamilton ones. That's it. That's that club of one.
But no, it's funny because I speak independently to the other bar members, and I think Matt's got stuff going on, and well, obviously Phil and Simon up in Dornoch are very busy. But I'm looking forward to getting around and visiting everybody over the next year. Even try and get down to Campbelltown. Definitely go to Isla as well. There's no bar in Isla yet. There might be something happening there. I'm not sure.
Aye, need to get somebody on board on the island. It's absolutely. I think just as you say, it's about, it kind of goes against the grain of what we're all about, where we're all meeting and other regularly festivals as well. You know, like
that's
when you
you know,
things that we all meet each other at every year. It's
online. I've done 2 or 3 online tastings and meetups and stuff, but not as much as I thought I would do. I did a couple of tastings for our local. We've got like a local whiskey club, Loch Ness Whiskey Parliament, and I think it was the end of May. I was running around the village, not running because I don't run, cycling,
walking briskly,
around the village, dropping off little bags like this, and leave them on people's doorsteps and stuff. I did that twice. We did a kind of a random tasting because we had a couple of bottles we'd accrued and we needed to, and then we decided to do a Kulila tasting, and I managed to get 6 bottles of Kulila together, and it was good. It's been too busy, but I'm looking to do something again like that, probably the first week in October. So it's good. It's definitely a way of getting everybody to kind of connect.
That's right.
It's fun.
Bringing everybody together as best we can, I suppose, isn't it? This is life at the moment, is hosting things online, so it's all virtual tastings that we're doing. You don't have far to travel to get home at the end of the night, mind you. So it's not that sense. That kind of makes up for it.
Yes, when you buy, I've got the house right opposite Fiddler's, so it's
it's like that for you anyway. Then you don't have to. Anyway,
and the roads are very busy, actually. To be honest, lots and lots of motorhomes about. So I think if I had a motorhome, I'd have to buy half of it. We will have to take a little mini bar with me. I think, you know. Just,
you could put it on as a trailer in the back, just to take it with you. Something that unfolds when you get to your destination.
Taking Fiddlers on the road. That's actually,
Well, maybe need an Arctic lorry, John.
But you think of a lot of things. No, I think that once it gets a bit quieter, the end of September, I think into October, the idea there is to try and get some glasses of whiskey into as many people's hands, because the people in October tend to be a bit more kind of less families and more. They come here because it's a quieter time of year, and the hill walkers and so they really appreciate the drams at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Especially this Linkwood.
I know. That's a great one, isn't it?
Mm. Oh, I'm glad I'm not filming this first thing in the morning.
People will never know
So,
when we're filming it, really.
I've got my clock. Where's my clock? There we go. One of my many clocks. It's
I've got 1
o'clock in the morning.
here. I've got a Lefroy one up behind me here.
I saw that behind you. I got that for a present.
Yeah.
Somebody that worked at Ardbeg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss this room. I've kind of got a lot of. I'll just give you a tour. It's a harmonium there in the background.
Oh wow!
Piano, well, organ.
My goodness.
There. And,
oh my goodness! Look at all that whiskey.
And look, you want to go and shoot some grouse? There you go. Some of your friends together, and even Buckfast there. Lovely.
That's it. No room's complete without some.
Yeah. So I'll actually, when we're going to redo the guest house, I'll probably convert this into a guest lounge, but I don't think there'll be so much whiskey lying about.
No, that's
well,
it. You can
honest
empty tubes.
How would that work out, I wonder?
Well, would definitely be a popular destination for people, I think. I'll book myself in for a stay.
Again.
Yeah.
That's what you did. You came and did the specialty drinks tasting, didn't you? That's right. The massive bottle of Pete. I love Pete. Waffles,
yeah, absolutely.
That's good. No, you guys do good stuff. That's another thing about getting you open again and selling more whiskey. It means I can buy more whiskey.
Well, that's right.
Buying a wee bit anyway.
I was just going to say, I don't imagine anything stopped you from buying whiskey over this time.
No, it's difficult to, it's unavoidable. But as I said, these new guys, like they're very keen to get their stuff, their whiskey out there and into bars and getting poured, and that's what we're all about. So it's great. It's great when companies are actively approaching independent whiskey bars and saying, "Oh, would you
absolutely,
like some?" Yeah. So like what happened with the Daft Mill. It's great.
Yeah.
Francis is quite pleased, I think, that people are drinking his whiskey.
Yeah, of course. Rather than them just all getting passed around with the corks still in them.
I think he thought, even a couple of years ago, he thought he would be driving around Fife with boxes up in the back of his car,
trying to sell it.
Saying, would you like a couple of cases of this stuff? But there you go. I've just got a bottle of the Nick and Ian on its way. Got some Rassi coming.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's all very young though, but it's good to see it, watch it develop.
I think it's nice. It's nice to be involved from the start with something like that. You can see it evolve through the years and its maturation.
Yeah. And it's good that they're kind of recognizing the benefit of having a bar, because we're in the Highlands here, and they can say, "Oh, if you want to go and drink, there's a bar here that's got several of our different bottles. You can go in there." And it brings people our way,
That's it.
The North Coast 500. We're slightly off the North Coast 500. I think that's very, very busy just now.
Yeah,
but my friends up in Dornoch, and I think they're getting quite a good turn. Pulteney, Wolfburn. Who else? There? Glenwillis. They're all although Glenwillis you can't visit, but no, they're all doing very well, making the best of a bad situation, really,
Absolutely. So what have you got coming up with Whiskey Bars of Scotland bottlings? Have you got anything new?
I don't know, we were talking about, we kind of had a wee group chat the other day about it. There's a couple of distillers, new distillers. We're discussing maybe independent.
Okay.
Independent bottlers. Anything's interesting, and it's got to be the right price as well, because we have to be able to sell it by the dram.
Yeah.
I personally, I've got a big soft spot for Old Pulteney, and I know that you did a cracking sherry cask a couple of years ago, which I think I've got a bottle and a half left. That was really good and good value as well, What else? Inverhouse, they do Pulteney, isn't it?
Balblair.
Balblair. What's that one? base at Rothis. I can't remember what. Speyside.
Or is it, what one is
Burnside?
that again? It's
Burn,
the
Speyburn. That's it.
Speyburn, that's what it is. Yeah.
You can but dream.
One of these days, absolutely. That'll be living the dream.
And as I said, we're hopefully going up Speyside in December, and I've been offered a wee visit with Glenfiddich.
Excellent.
After they sponsored last year's, so it's good. It's slowly. I think by next spring, everybody seems to. Some distilleries are doing visits already. I haven't actually been around any distilleries. No, I haven't. No, I think so. It'll be quite a good December to go around and have a wee look and see what they're doing, if they've changed the way they're operating, and maybe give us a few ideas of how we can go forward in the new. What I do know is that I had a lot of cancellations from a lot of my European friends who come every year. They come in the spring. Sometimes some come in the spring and the autumn, and they're going to have to cancel. So I think it's going to, if we all get our act together and it's okay next year, I think it's going to be a very good year for distillery visits. And basically whiskey in general, I think, because people just want to come here and just be here,
Well, that's right. I think people have missed a year, so they'll start to feel it, that to come straight back again.
Yeah, they're just dying to get, absolutely, definitely first destination. If you're it's like, for them, it's like a desert, being stuck in a desert island and wanting to go somewhere,
Yeah.
And I want to go to Islay too, but I think I might wait until the spring. We'll see. Wait and see.
I know, that's it. If we get there and all the distilleries are still closed, it's raining and it's
the road might still be closed.
There's nothing else to do, really.
No, definitely. Be good. Definitely, and yes.
Get back out on the road, for all of us. Yeah. There you go. So as soon as all these restrictions are lifted, I'll definitely come back up and visit you again.
Do the tour, and I might go up to Dornoch tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll chat with Phil. I need to go and speak to Matt as well, because he's got an interesting thing going on in Inverness. So, of course,
is it the malt room? The malt rooms in Inverness.
What's that? Sorry, the malt room.
The one in Inverness, the malt rooms.
The malt rooms. That's it. No, Matt's doing great stuff. He's doing a wee column in the local paper, and I in fact, when we did the first lockdown tasting, it was a bottle of our Adelphi Kulila that he gave me. So I put it round, and that was the one that made everybody go, right, that was everybody's favourite. So I went, okay, next time we'll do a Kulila tasting.
Excellent.
We might do a tasting with Thompson Brothers sometime soon as well, and perhaps yourselves too, especially if it's stuff like this. Who is this Oliver Chilton chap? Let's meet him one day. He sounds like a charming fellow.
Oliver Chilton, absolutely. Yes. I'll introduce you to him. Again.
It was very good having your boss here a couple of years ago, because he brought a lovely bottle of Port Ellen with him. So he knows the way to my heart.
That's what I was going to say. He knows how to win you over.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I even gave him an extra blanket, because
gave him the good pillow.
We put the heating on that night.
Oh dear,
that's really good. That's what I'm really missing. I look forward to going to getting out and going places and visiting people, but also I sit here and then people come to visit as well. And that's just not been happening. Although saying that, I've had a few people over the last wee while stop by. I've got a couple staying next week, I know, for a couple of nights, because the bed and breakfast, we're still open, It's just the bookings are very, very slow at the moment.
Yeah. I suppose it's a bit sporadic, isn't it?
But it's just good to be able,
People are.
to sit. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how the next. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping everything starts to lift again.
I'm looking forward to watching everybody else's interview, to be honest.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
catch up with them.
Yeah, cool. So thanks. It's been great talking to you. It's been good to see you. It's been a while.
I hope people have enjoyed me watching me drink whiskey. So.
Well, absolutely. Likewise. Yes. Quite. So yeah.
Do you do this all day long, Julie?
Say that again.
You do this all day long. That's cool tea in your glass, is it?
Sometimes it's all day long. Sometimes I don't talk to anybody. I just do this instead.
just nod.
Perks of the job. Absolutely. But thanks for coming on, John. It's been great to talk to you. And
no, it's great to catch up. And hopefully we'll see you and many people that are watching this up here in 2021.
Absolutely.
And we'll get some kind of normality back. But one thing's for sure, I'll always have lots of whiskey up here because I can't drink it all myself.
That's it. Well, somebody's got to help you at some point. That's great. Thanks a lot. See you again. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Thanks, John. That was great. For all of you watching, keep your eye on our schedule for more interviews, live chats, and sessions throughout the course of the week. Cheers.